Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, children. I welcome you all to our online learning initiative, Ekalaiva. And in this video, today we are going to learn about the next process in human sexual reproduction, that is fertilization. Okay, you all know that fertilization is nothing but the fusion of male gamete with female gamete. Here, the male gamete is nothing but the sperms produced in human reproductive system, and the female gamete is ovum. Okay, that is here that is secondary oocyte. Okay, which is released from the ovary. So we are going to start with this process of fertilization today. Okay, so what is fertilization? Okay, so fertilization is a fusion of nuclei in the sperm. Okay, this sperm head. Okay, the sperm head is having the nucleus we have seen in the previous video, and that is we used to call it as a male pronucleus. And the egg, okay, at the time of entry of the sperm, the egg already, that secondary oocyte is arrested in the metaphase 2, okay, at the time of release. When it happens to meet the sperm, when there is the entry of sperm, that metaphase 2 proceeded, which results in the formation of a functional ovum. So this is, we used to call it as a female pronucleus. So this male pronucleus and female pronucleus fuses to form a structure called zygote, okay, fertilized ovum is our zygote. So this process, we will call it as fertilization. So this fertilization to occur, the first process we used to call it as insemination. So what is this insemination when you see? It is a process in which the semen is introduced into the vagina of female. Okay, this process we will call it as insemination, and you know that each ejaculation it is producing nearly 2 to 3 ml of that semen, and this semen contains 200 millions or 200 to 300 millions of sperms in that. Okay, so and you saw that healthy for being a okay healthy sperm, what should be the structure, what should be its feature, that is which should be highly motile. Okay, we have seen all those things. So this is about insemination. So the next process is, so now the sperm enters vagina. From the vagina, it will be reaching cervix. From reaching, it is going to the uterus, and from the uterus, here and there, they will be moving as they are vigorously motile. And some of those sperms, as they were entering, okay, the female genitals, that the vaginal tract and all, they will be having leukocytes. That leukocytes, okay, by the process of phagocytosis, they will engulf some sperms. They will be killing some sperms. Okay, so very few sperms, okay, some thousands of sperms are entering the uterus. From there, they were going here and there, and they'll be reaching the fallopian tube. Okay, in the meantime, if there is a release of secondary oocyte from the ovary, it is received by the fimbriae present in infundibulum, and that secondary oocyte is reaching the junction called ampullary isthmic junction. Now, the sperm which enters, okay, it is reaching that ampullary isthmic junction. Okay, as it is entering the female genital tract, the first process we used to call it as capacitation of sperms. Okay, what is the capacitation of sperms when you see? Okay, actually you have seen that acrosome of that sperm head. Okay, it will be having a sharp tip, which we are calling it as acrosome, and that acrosome, okay, it will be having some coating factors on them. Okay, the acrosome is having some substance, some coatings on its surface, which is hiding the receptors present on that acrosome. So what happens now, once it is entering the female genital tract, the female genital tract is secreting some secretion, and these secretions removing this coating factor present on the sperm head, that is the acrosome. So it is exposing the receptors present on the head of this sperm. So now the sperms are ready to fertilizing the ovum. So this process of removing the coating substance from the acrosome, the head portion of the sperm, we used to call it as capacitation of sperm. Okay, that is the sperm is gaining the capacity to fertilize our ovum. So this process we will call it as or what is that? Capacitation. So only here you can see that is only the capacitated sperm can bind to the zona pellucida. Okay, the capacitated sperm only can bind to the ovum. Okay, that matured ovum. So this is we are calling it as capacitation process. Now, so once it is this capacitation will take 5 to 6 hours after the entry of sperm into the female genital tract. Okay, then there will be some physical and chemical events taking place in that female genital organ, okay, which is making this fertilization process easy. Okay, so what are those reactions when you see? First, there is a reaction called acrosomal reaction, then depolarization of oocyte plasma membrane, then the last one is cortical reaction. So, acrosomal reaction, depolarization of oocyte plasma membrane, and cortical reaction. So, what is that acrosomal reaction when you see? The acrosome of the sperm head is having the tip, which we are calling it as acrosome. That acrosome is producing some enzymes, which we are calling them together as sperm lysins. And three important sperm lysins are produced by the acrosome of sperm. Okay, what are they when you see it is hyaluronidase, corona penetrating enzyme, and zona lysin, or which we can otherwise call acrosome. These are the three sperm lysins produced by acrosome. So what are the functions of these enzymes when you see? This hyaluronidase, okay, it can digest the follicular cells present around that sperm ovum. Okay, it can, if any follicular cells are surrounding the outer membrane of the secondary oocyte, it will be digested by this enzyme. Then corona penetrating enzyme, name itself, it is saying that it digests corona radiata. The corona radiata, it is a layer of follicular cells which is present outside the zona pellucida. Then zona lysin, it lyses zona pellucida, so that it is lysing the zona pellucida. Okay, it is a layer which is present inner to this corona radiata. So this digestion of all these layers enhancing the entry of sperm into the ovum. Okay, so the next one is depolarization of oocyte plasma membrane. So as they were entering, wait, I'll show you the next slide. As this sperm is entering, what happens now? The plasma membrane, this is the plasma membrane of sperm, and this one is the plasma membrane of that secondary oocyte. See here, all those enzymatic action, it is lysing all these layers, so that what happens now, the plasma membrane of this secondary oocyte fuses with the plasma membrane of the sperm. Okay, the plasma membrane of the secondary oocyte fuses with the plasma membrane of that sperm, which leads to the depolarization of that particular membrane. Okay, the polarity, okay, you know, the plasma membrane is having some polarity. Okay, so it will be changing its polarity of the membrane like this. Okay, depolarization takes place, and because of this depolarization, the other sperm, this is actually not post sperm, this is post stage of that sperm injection, okay, entry into the secondary oocyte. So once that first sperm plasma membrane fuses with the membrane of that secondary oocyte, further no more sperm can enter the secondary oocyte. So this indicates, okay, this depolarization indicate, okay, it is facilitating monospermy. Monospermy in the sense only one sperm can enter a secondary oocyte. So this is called as the second one, which we are calling it as depolarization of membrane. Then the third one, when you see, it is a cortical reaction. What is the cortical reaction when you see? Because of this fusion, you can see, okay, some cells here. Okay, can you see the structure? Okay, so these are the cortical cells, okay, vesicles, okay, which is having some enzymes. So what happens now? Once this fusion takes place, these corticoids, okay, they were releasing its secretion in between the plasma membrane and zona pellucida. Can you see this blue color enzymes, okay, some substance present in this corticoids, it is entering this space which is present in between the plasma membrane and the zona pellucida. So it is making the zona pellucida thick, that is rigid. It is making it rigid, impermeable to other sperm, and this process also, okay, responsible for monospermy. So this is the thing why only one sperm can enter in secondary oocyte normally. Okay, some cases, very few cases. Okay, sometimes, okay, this thing, there will be some changes in the entry. Okay, sometimes two sperms entering the secondary oocyte, which leads to the formation of twins and all. But this is the normal process of acrosomal reaction, depolarization of plasma membrane, and the cortical reaction, which is helping, facilitating the entry of this sperm into the zone. As this sperm enters the secondary oocyte, okay, this secondary oocyte, okay, will go, it will proceed its meiotic too, and so that what happens, no, this secondary oocyte will complete the meiosis too, so that there will be a formation of and functional ovum. Okay, so this ovum nucleus, we will call it as female pronucleus. Okay, this ovum nucleus, we will call it as female pronucleus. And the sperm, when you see only the egg portion will fuse. Okay, the remaining structures, this middle piece and the tail piece and all degenerate. And even the polar bodies which is produced here. The secondary oocyte, okay, when it undergoes that meiosis, totally three polar bodies will be produced, and these three polar bodies also undergo degeneration. So now the nucleus of this female, we will call it as, that is not female, that secondary oocyte, we will call it as female pronucleus. And the nucleus of this sperm, the egg contains nucleus, this is only entering, fusing with that plasma membrane. And this one we will call it as male pronucleus. Okay, male pronucleus. And once these things are formed, they move towards each another, they fuses together to form a structure called zygote. And this process we will call it as fertilization. And how the sperms are specific to the secondary oocyte, how specifically, there is a specificity which is allowing, okay, the selective entry of the sperms to the secondary oocyte. Okay, maybe some other cells may there in female reproductive system. How they are selectively going and entering this secondary oocyte, when you see, it is because of a special type of reaction called agglutination reaction. A special type of reaction called agglutination reaction, that is, the secondary oocyte will have a glycoprotein called fertilizin. Fertilizin. Okay, this is the glycoprotein present on the surface of secondary oocyte, and the male sperm will have a specific antibody. This fertilizin, actually, we can call it as an antigen. Agglutination is a type of antigen antibody reaction. So this antigen is present on the secondary oocyte, and this antigen specifically can bind with its own antibody, and that antibody is present on sperm, which we are calling it as anti-fertilizin. Anti-fertilizin. So this fertilizin and anti-fertilizin, as they are specific to each another, very easily they can bind. And this binding, this agglutination is responsible for, okay, all this process what we have seen here. Okay, so this is how the male nucleus fuses with the female germ cell nucleus, which results in the formation of a structure called zygote. Okay, so it is a fertilized ovum, zygote. Okay. So all animals, okay, all life, okay, on the earth, they're starting their life as a single cell. That single cell is this zygote. So this is how fertilization is taking place in human beings. Okay. Next, in addition to this, we will see this sex determination in human. Okay, already in 10th standard, you have learned about the sex determination. You know that in human beings, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Out of this 23 22 chromosomes. First 22 chromosomes, we will call them as autosomes, which is encoding all other features except sex cells. Okay. Then the last pair of chromosomes deciding the gender. Okay, whether that is gender in the sense sex, whether the particular person is a male or a female. So this is called as sex chromosome. And when you see the gamete formation in female always donate X chromosome because female, okay, always they will have two X chromosomes. Okay, the sex chromosome in female is XX and sex chromosome in male is XY. Okay, so this is how in female when you see 22 pairs of autosome and a pair of sex chromosome, which is nothing but XX. And in case of male, 22 pairs of autosomes and the last pair is a sex chromosome, which is XY. And how it is determining the sex of the baby when you see this is our autosomes. Okay, this is actually the karyotyping where it is showing all the 23 chromosomal structures. And this 23rd pair is our sex chromosomes. Always the sex chromosome is longer than the, that is X chromosome is longer than the Y chromosome. This is actually, if, okay, the karyotyping is showing this type of chromosome, it indicates that that particular person is male. Okay, if the particular person is a female, here we will have another long chromosome, which is nothing but our XX chromosome. Okay, so now the female, okay, they are producing ovum. The ovum will have always X chromosome. Okay, the ovum will be having always X chromosome. But when male, when you take, they are producing two types of sperm. That is the sperm with X chromosome and the sperm with Y chromosome. And the type of sperm, the chromosome present in the sperm, it is deciding the sex of the baby. Okay, sex determination, though totally it is there with the sperm which is fertilizing the secondary oocyte, that is that ovum. Okay, so now when you see the ovum with X chromosome, when it is fertilized by the sperm with X chromosome, the resulting zygote would have XX chromosome, which results in the formation of female baby. And if the ovum, always it is having, ova is having X chromosome, and it is fertilized by the sperm with Y chromosome, the resulting zygote will be having XY chromosome. So the baby will be of a male baby. So this process, we used to call it as sex determination. So this is how the sex is determined in human beings. So with this, we are completing the process of fertilization. Okay. So in our next video, we'll see about the embryonic development. Thank you, children.